Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of GNN. Today is April 1st, 2024, and we have another banner night on our hands here. But before we get into the details of our brand new mobile suit, let's go over some news. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see here, Golden Week has begun for Japan. So you know what that means. We have special Golden Week themed specials for GBO2, starting off with the Powered Up Hangers campaign, which means, for those of you guys that are uninitiated and are new to that, basically this means you have 3 times the great success rate at hangers and includes 3 times the enhancement values for duplicate mobile suits when you're pulling for the brand new suit, which we'll get into shortly. Also, because of Golden Week, we do have a special mobile suit enhancement step-up supply drop. Now, what that means is if you've been saving up tokens and you need extra mechanic tickets, that's exactly what this is. But the cool thing about it is the first step is a half off. So it is for the first star mechanic tickets, subsequent all the way down to platinum. But if you're needing tuning up materials, I would definitely say it's something to think about, but you know, you don't have to go for that. You don't want to. And on top of that, we do have another continuation of the custom parts supply drop guaranteed. You do have a chance of 1 of 3 special customized overtune and composite frame parts out there. You can kind of see that on the screen. So if you don't have this, you do have a slight chance to get it. This is on 10 pools, so I know some of you guys may or may not feel like it's worth it. That's up to you guys, but this is your chance, if you don't have it, to get a chance to get it. Now, moving forward with this update, we do have GBO days. So what that means is, let me cover up the banner suit. You might sell that already. That means basically for pretty much every week, we get 1 free pull. So it's really cool. And then the bonuses for new and returning pilots. So extra XP, extra rewards, extra dailies, you name it. The usual bit with GBO days. Still really cool. So here it is, our main suit. This is the Ingrid 0 version of the Heavy Gundam. It is a 3-star, which I don't even know what it is yet, but like I said, we'll get into it because we do have a limited supply drop for both the Hainu and Nightingale, as well as the Hainu new Hyper Bazooka. So if you missed out on that banner during that, you do have a chance to essentially get that suit. And on top of that, as a consecutive 10 spin deal, 10 pull. I gotta get my facts straight. You do get a chance to get 50 modification kits for the 4-star tier. So pretty decent. We do have some changes to the recycle ticket counter as follows, as the Squid level 1, which is, I believe, a native 550 if I'm not mistaken. That's available, as well as the 2-star Advanced Hazel level 1, which is also at 550. Really cool supports. I haven't had a whole lot of time with the Squid, but I know some people can make it work. On the other hand, I've had more time with the Advanced Hazel because reasons, and I can definitely vouch for that as well. We do have a change to the DP exchange counter as follows, with the Red Rider level 3 now being available. I believe this is the 500 cost suit, if I'm not mistaken. But I know some of you guys in the comments will correct me on that. On top of that, we do have some changes going with the conspiracy sector, the new situation battle. So now the Team A side, the GM Cannon 2, has boosted mobile suit specs. They don't really specify what exactly, other than maybe resistances, something with movement, or maybe with damage output, honestly. So just kind of making you be aware. Jumping into land matches really quick. This is something that I usually kind of skip around, but this upcoming one, which is towards the end of this week, is a top 40 if I'm not mistaken. No, sorry, not the 4th, but the upcoming one, sorry. Yeah, so that's top 40 if I'm not mistaken on this one. I might be wrong. Sorry, scrolling up to 198. It is still, yeah, so it is the beginning of top 40. This is at 600 in space, whereas the 199th, which is 550 simple battle impact site, that will also be top 40. So this upcoming one this week is top 40 for those of you guys that are in a clan that is competing. I usually skip this because you guys are usually on top of it, but I feel like it's kind of cool to kind of take a look and see what it is. I know we've just kind of went back and forth it, but this is for the new raid unit right here, the GM ground type, 350 cost, 2-star, but looks really cool. And who doesn't want to add that to their collection? Now, switching over to our main event here, this is a 3-star raid, which is what? A raid? But it's a raid, 600 cost raid. So really cool features. I mean, if you like the Heavy Gundam aesthetic, basically this is a modernized Heavy Gundam based off of Unit 2, which is pretty neat. Makes me excited for like older legacy suits that can be made in canon. Please make my Hazel survive and get into like the Neo Zeon conflict. That would be kind of cool. Please. I just like the design. Damn, I don't think it's gonna work. Anyways, the modernization process also included fundamental updates such as weight reduction, durability, mobility enhancement. It also comes with a biosensor, which is crazy for those of you guys that follow the manga, MSV-R and everything. It also has Psychomu weapons. It has funnels on it. So apparently, I guess it took some funnels left over from the Neo Zeon war with the, well, basically from the Cube Blade, which is kind of weird. I don't know what else uses that, but that's nuts. But as expected of the Heavy Gundam chassis, it is usable on ground and space. So the specific biosensor that it gets is, I think it's not really specifically unique. I think it's kind of the same as Zeta, so the HP drops to 30%. You do get attack power and mobility, and it delays the lock on time by Psychomu weapons and everything, kind of similar to what I think happens with a lot of other suits. I don't really notice. I usually just go straight in. But it also reduces damage from melee weapons and stagger by accumulation while the skill activates. So it's like a short little iframe window. So it's pretty cool. And then if you're doing 10 pulls for this, you do get a chance to get Ingrid Zero's alternative suit. I don't know if this popped up before, but it's here now. So normal suit, helmet, you're a big fan of pink, which I know some of you guys might be out there. This is your chance. So without further ado, on to the nitty gritty. Alright folks, here we are with the nitty gritty stats on the Heavy Gundam, jumping right in. Comes with 19k HP, pretty okay, doesn't seem anything super ordinary. Flat 22s on all resistances, so this is kind of flexible, I guess, so it gives you an opportunity to kind of round out some of the resistances for this suit. It is surprisingly a range-based suit, but then again, at the same time, if you understand what it's based off of, it does have, as far as like the stock Heavy Gundam goes, these do have a lot of range options, so lots of kits to kind of help you along the way. So kind of, I guess, justifies the range strength power leanings, although it does have a, I would say, considerable amount of melee power. Nothing to, you know, scoff at. Maneuverability wise, 130 for walking and a top speed of 215. Nothing super crazy, but I'm hoping skills come into play for this. Modest thruster gauge of 70 with a turning speed of 78. So lots of different things to kind of address. Jumping into the shopping list of skills though. I know we're kind of going out of order here for a hot minute. A lot of the usual bits: Force Injector 2, MA2, only 2 swings, Shield Tackle, Shield Break Mastery, which is going to tie into the stats that we're going to get into as we kind of go out of order. Comes with Flight Control 2 for something like a Heavy Gundam, so I could see this being a lot of fun with a roll anti-blast stabilizer on top of that to boot, and a full power tackle. So I'm guessing this does a lot more of a stun when it's below 30% health or at 30%. So this is going to be interesting, especially with biosensor, which also activates at 30. So this is going to be interesting, kind of like a last ditch deal to deal with the shenanigans that 700 is, or not 700, excuse me, 600 brings to the table here. Now, of course, it does not have any buffers to mention, so I can already see this being something that, you know, people are gonna have to really get on top of doing their job and everything, but we'll see. But yeah, priority 3, space affinity, pretty much standard fare. Jumping into the weapons here, we do have the, well, technically it would have been the Shekinah, but it's basically the frame launcher as found with the Heavy Gundam. This one has a base power of 150, 100 shots with an effective range of 275, a 50-second reload time, which is kind of long for a primary, but you do have other weapons in the kit, so it's not too bad. Base power melee, primary 2400 to a 0.5 second downswing, so pretty substantial. Of course, it has Vulcans. Now, of course, these do have power compared to what probably normally comes with the Heavy, but I think they're the same. 110, 30 rounds in the mag, 150 meters, 10-second reload time. Not bad. You do have incendiary rounds instead of the stock missiles that the Heavy Gundam gets. 200 power, 8 shots, 300 meters effective range, 15 seconds reload time. So if you guys are familiar with incendiary damage over time, this is probably great to kind of just pepper them when they come available, and then switch over to like stuff that matters, like the shoulder beam cannon, which must stop to fire, can move while focused. Normal fire will not suppress, but suppression occurs after focus fire. So you are able to dumb fire, and you know, are also able to charge on the move. So kind of interesting to see how this plays out, how people are able to utilize it. Jumping into the next sub-weapon, it has a specific beam rifle for this, which is kind of crazy because it looks like Grandpa's beam rifle, but it's not. It's just weird looking, but it does stun, it doesn't focus. So base power of 1800, 3.5 seconds out of in between shots, but the heat rate's 85, so it's a great, you know, initiatory stun. And then 15-second overheat, and then you have your discharge funnels, which are great for area suppression. Now, of course, 500 is the base power, but this is sustained power, so it's kind of hard to say how much you get per second, because it does overheat once you use it. It's more of a close range type of thing, but 30 seconds is not bad. And then you do have a shield that has pretty substantial health, so the only thing that I could see so far is mobility. Yeah, you pretty much need something to stay mobile, so this allows it to kind of stay alive and kind of tie in and mitigate some of that incoming damage. So yeah, it's pretty nice. Alright folks, that concludes our recap and news about our brand new mobile suit, the Ingrid 0 version of the Heavy Gundam. But I want to know what you guys think. If this is a really cool suit, or you think it's going to be pretty substantially strong. It looks good on paper so far, but I don't know where it goes from there. So I'm very curious what the battlefield says as far as pub matches and maybe potentially clan matches, since the upcoming one this weekend is in space at that cost range. So very curious to see what people do. But like I said, I'm more curious about what you guys think about it and what it brings to the table. So that concludes it. I am very eager to take this out myself because obviously I have this. But that'll be it. Hopefully you guys have found this pretty informative and very useful. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you guys all on the next video. Take care.